Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today and welcome to my channel. I'm reviewing and swatching a makeup collaboration today. This is Too Faced and Candy Johnson, and this is the eyeshadow palette. If you didn't know, Candy Johnson is like a top beauty influencer here on YouTube. She is so talented. I love the packaging. I feel the packaging depicts her personality. It's like so sweet and vibrant and like very bubbly. At least on her YouTube channel, that's how she comes across. She's very always with high energy and she's so talented. I think she's like the best at makeup transformations, like makeup from like herself to transforming herself to like Snow White or like Barbie, or like her just take a look at her makeup transformation videos and you'll be like blown away. She's like true artist. So anyways, there are so many items in this collaboration. There's an eyeshadow palette, there's just one eyeshadow palette, and then there are four liquid lipsticks, but I ended up picking up these two vibrant shades. The other two are nude shades which do not suit me. I mean, I could try and wear them, but I would have to like use a liquid a lip liner, which I usually am not drawn towards, so I didn't pick up those two shades. And then I think there's like a face powder, like thing, I'm not sure whether it's a setting powder, I'm not sure what it is, like banana something. It's a powder. And then there's also like a cream highlighter stick. There are also more items, I think. I don't remember right now, but I was only interested in the eyeshadow palette and the liquid lipstick, so I got them. Now this is exclusive to Ulta. Of course, you can buy these on Too Faced website, but retailer wise, you can only find them at Ulta stores. I think the stores already have them, I'm not sure, but I bought mine. Obviously, I do a lot of online shopping at ulta.com. And yeah, this is the box. The name of the palette is I Want Candy. I Want Candy, yeah. And then down here it says limited edition candy scented eyeshadow palette. Of course, collaboration are usually limited edition. I think the only collaboration which is not limited edition, I think I don't think it's limited edition. It's the Casey Holmes and Smashbox's highlighter palette. I don't think those palettes are limited edition. I think they are permanent. That's the only collaboration from what I remember is permanent. But anyways, this is limited edition. This is like a vibrant, not like vibrant, it's not like a hot pink, it's like a baby pink sweet box. All the designs that you might see like in a wrapper, sweet box wrapper. And then it says I Want Candy in gold lettering, and also has this gold like lining in the perimeter of the box. And then it says Too Faced here. And yeah, and at the back of the box you like see, like, I know it's kind of washed out because it's like very baby pink color. It's like the shades that you get. There are 15 shades in total. Let me show you the packaging. There are 15 shades in total. It does not come with a mirror. It doesn't come with a brush or anything. These are the shades that you get. These are arranged in like 3 quads, which makes them 12 eyeshadows. Each of these square eyeshadows, it carries 0.04 ounce of product, and the rectangular pans, I think they carry 0.07 ounce of product. Of course, yeah, 0.07 ounce. And the square pans, they carry 0.04 ounce of product. With, I mean, the amount of product you get is like really good. It's not like teeny tiny, it's not like a mini or anything. So yeah, this fairly is a neutral palette. Obviously you can tell I feel this is like a warm quad, and then this is definitely a cool toned quad, and then you have like very frosty pink. So this is like a mixture, I feel, but more, it leans more cool toned, even the quad in the center. And then there is like a very yellow white, like a cream color, which is called banana cream pie. And then there's this ice cream shade, which is like a pinkish white. And then there's like a very, very frosty white shade, just plain white shade, which is I think called whipped cream. It doesn't come in a mirror, and this is metal packaging, this box. And then they have obviously named their eyeshadows after sweets, like a pastry, sugared strawberry, cream puff, sugar plum. So after sweets they've named them, and they have like a picture of the actual sweet there, just what it represents. So that's really cute, I think. And then this is not flat, as you can see. It's like kind of embossed here, the top portion, which is nice. And then it came with this, I saved the sticker, I didn't want to throw it away. There's like a sticker of KANDEE Johnson, like a cartoon sticker of her, which like came in this box. And then it also came with a booklet. I wanted to say leaflet, but it's more of booklet. There are like 3 looks that KANDEE Johnson has showed us as to how to use this palette. Yeah, it's just a guideline. That's it. Now let's watch these products. Let's probably just start with this warm tone, and then I'll just move here. Then this is Banana Cream Pie, this yellow white shade, which is a matte shade. As you can see, the pigmentation is good. So that is like it's not like just a stark white shade. Actually, in person I can tell that there is a good amount of yellow, because it's like a cream color. And then what else? This caramel is butterscotched, which is also a matte. It's actually, in person I can tell the peach, like not peach, like a tangerine tone to it. So in person it looks more of a tangerine peach shade. So that is butterscotch. And then sparkling cider, this actually doesn't go all the way back, so that's why it's stiff after this angle. So that's why I'm a little bit struggling to hold it up. Then here, this is a sparkling cider, which is actually a satin finish, which is like a satin champagne shade, which is actually very pigmented on the eyelids. I didn't really expect it to be pigmented at all, because shades like these usually aren't pigmented, and I do have hyperpigmentation on my eyelids. But this shade, sparkling cider, is so far these 3 shades performed really well on the eyes. They were pigmented. They showed up on the eyes first of all, and then they were pigmented. I didn't have to build it up at all. And then that is pastry. This is pastry. It's like a mid-tone brown color. And then finally you have what's it called, sweet toffee. The brown, mid-tone brown is pastry, and this is sweet toffee, the copper shade. So these 4, 1 2 3 4, these are this is a quad. And then let's move on to the next quad, which has 2 pinks. I really wish there were more pinks. I'm sorry, just 1 pink. You know, there's like a frosted pink, very, very frosty pale pink, which just looks white on my skin tone. And then there's like a mid-tone pink, which looks pink on my skin tone. I wish they would have just added that mid-tone pink. This is the pinkish white color, which is called ice cream, this rectangular pan. And this actually looks just white on my skin tone. I know these 2 kind of look similar, but in person in swatch, that is, on the eyes, I think they look very similar, to be honest. So then let's swatch these 2 shades, this frosted pink and this mid-tone pink. Frosted pink, as you can as I just told you guys, it just looks white. And then this is that mid-tone pink, which definitely has some amount of pink to it. Both the shades were pigmented, guys, on the eyes. I didn't have to build it up at all. There was a slight powderiness to it when I picked the product up in the brush and then applied, but it applied well. It didn't like crumble off. It didn't like shear out. Both the shades really did well. And then you have Cream Puff, which is like a very beige shade. Then there's like a very, very deep this is Cream Puff, and then this is a very deep brown color, hot chocolate, I think. Yeah, hot chocolate. Cream Puff, hot chocolate. So this is the one. This is not this is that rectangular pan, and these are the quad shades in the quad. So yeah. Then finally Let's move on to the very cool toned quad, which is whipped cream, which is that the rectangular shape. There's this yellow white, which is like a cream color, and then there's this pinkish white, and then this is a very frosted white. It's stark white on my skin tone, which is called whipped cream. So that is, do you see the reflection? It's actually extremely smooth, extremely pigmented, and extremely white. So yeah, that is whipped cream. And then this is the very cool toned color, which is like a very icy lavender shade. Not icy lavender, I feel it's a very icy mauve shade. This is the eyeshadow I have on the lids, and then I have a little bit of copper. I don't know, it's just an extremely cool tone look, but just out of nowhere I thought I'd just incorporate this copper. So yeah. And then I have a very beautiful mauve shade, which is a matte, which is raspberry cocoa. This is sugar plum, and this is raspberry cocoa. I know I can't see well, but on the eyes it shows up really well. This is a matte. And then you have taupe berry and licorice rope. This is taupe berry and licorice rope. That's a black, and this is like a very dirty, I feel cool toned taupe brown color. And then this raspberry cocoa, let me swatch it once again. This raspberry cocoa. So these are the shades, guys. These are the shades from this collection. Now let's talk about the quality. Now I'm really happy with the way these performed. All of them performed really well with the exception of one. This shade Hot Chocolate gave me some serious trouble. First of all, it was hard to pick up in the brush and deposit the color on the eyes, even with an eyeshadow primer. I had to go back and forth plenty of times to pick up the shade, the Hot Chocolate shade, the very dark brown shade. This one, I know it swatches beautifully and everything, but and then blending wise, it did not blend very good. Well, eventually it blended out, but I had to like blend for quite some time. I did encounter problem with the blending and also with the way the color applied on the eyes. So just one serious dud in this palette would be this Hot Chocolate with dark brown shade, but otherwise for me all of the shades performed really well. The eyeshadow look I have on today is on, as I said, the eyelids. I have this frosted shade Sugar Plum, and then in the as a transition shade I have this this Tangerine Caramel shade, and then I also have this mauve shade also in the crease, and then in the outer corner I have black. The black is not as pigmented as the swatch because I kind of mixed it with this taupe shade. I had the taupe shade first, and then I incorporated the black to just create a tiny bit of depth because I didn't want to go all black in the crease because there would be a lot of work for me blending and cleaning and everything. So I just wanted a tiny bit of black just to create some depth. So yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with the eyeshadow look. I love the way they perform. The quality is really good. I think Too Faced has released 2 eyeshadow palettes back to back with really good quality. What else? Now I did watch KANDEE Johnson's like announcement video, her revealing all the items in this collaboration. At that time she said that these 3 shadows, the ones in the rectangular pans, can be used as mixers. You know, people with lighter skin tone, obviously they can use as transition shade, and I have this shade Whipped Cream, the very frosty shade, as a brow bone highlight, and personally I do not like it because it has that white cast, and as you can see I have a lot of yellow on my skin tone and it kind of looks very unnatural. So but what she said was these rectangular pans can be used as transition shades, obviously with people with lighter complexion, and for others they can use these as mixer shades. Now these 2 are matte, and this is like a very frosty metallic shade. Now the matte shades definitely if you mix them with darker shades, they do kind of lighten up and they kind of get muted. That does happen. I have tried mixing it, but this metallic frosted shade, I didn't see any results when I mixed it with other matte shades and other metallic shades. I don't know, it just kind of turned the original shade a little bit muddy. You know, for example, if I tried mixing this with this copper shade, it kind of turned it muddy, and it wasn't like beautiful as the original shade. Do you see how it is definitely on the vibrant side, so it's vibrant and bright, but when you like mix it with this shade, with a frosty shade, it kind of like dulls down and it doesn't look good, to be honest. It kind of turns it muddy. So I feel personally, I don't think that this frosty metallic mixing shade works well when it comes to mixing with other you know, metallic eyeshadows. Just use it by its own and it performs really well, but personally I don't feel that it looks good on my skin tone. But the other two shades, they do mix well with other mattes, and but it's not like it transforms the color altogether, guys. I assure you that it doesn't like transform. Say if I mix it with this dark brown shade, this hot chocolate shade, the dud shade, if I mix it with either this or this, it doesn't like transform it right away to like you know, like a light brown, or like it doesn't transform it into this brown or this brown. It slightly mutes it. I feel it doesn't like lightens it. It kind of mutes that hot chocolate shade, and it kind of doesn't make it look as darker and like as strong, you know, as sharp it is. So that's it. That's my experience with these three pan. But personally, these shades, I don't know if these are very dark skin friendly, because there are three shades which are like just the same color on my skin tone, and there are two metallic shades, this frosty mauve shade and this frosty pink shade, this baby pink frosty pink shade and this frosty mauve shade. They kind of looks exactly the same. So honestly, I don't know if it's like very a lot of colors look so similar on my skin tone. So altogether I feel 5 shades look exactly the same on my skin tone. These 3 shades, rectangular pants and this frosty pink and the frosty mauve. So 5 shades look very similar, and there's also like a underperformer in the palette, which is this dark brown shade, hot chocolate. So I'm not so like, personally the color selection is not like, I'm not like very ecstatic about it. That's all I'm saying. But all in all, the performance is really good, and yeah, that's my review, and these are my swatches. And let's talk about the liquid lipsticks. Now I have already a liquid lipstick from Too Faced, which is, I think, a Candy Cane is the name of the shade, and that was their last year's limited edition, and that formula was very moussey and thick and extremely pigmented. There was even a slight transfer, so once you apply it on the lips, when you press your lips together, you would feel your lips there was a slight tacky feeling, you know what I mean, that comfortable formula where you press your lips and there's like, it just sticks a tiny bit. But these have a different formula, guys. These are, I don't know, I obviously do not have any of the melted liquid lipstick from the permanent line. The only shade that I have is from the limited edition from the last year Christmas shade. I think it's called Candy Cane. But these are so different from that particular shade. I did check the formula. The ingredients are the same, but they are slightly in a different order. So I think that does change the formula tiny bit, because the amount, how much you add in the product also definitely alters the end product and the way it applies and everything. So there is a slight variation. The ingredients are the same, but are slightly in a different order. So I feel that this formula is slightly different. So let's swatch this first, which is a beautiful coral red shade. This is called Hot and Sour. Let's try it out. Let's take this off. Lip balm that I have. I was slightly disappointed when I first put it on. I was expecting it to be like full on pigmentation, but you'll see as I apply. I don't know if you can tell, but in the video, but in person, this is a sheer, yeah, there you go. Maybe, let me just apply a little more. The formula is sheer, definitely. There's no doubt about it. There are areas here where I can see my lip, my natural lip color coming through. So that is hot and sour. It's like a beautiful coral red. The color is stunning, guys. It's so beautiful. It's actually, I would say this is like a rare color. Now the formula is, this particular shade is streaky and sheer, but I feel once it dries down, the streakiness kind of evens out, but the sheerness remains. You can see my natural lip color once it dries down, but it's not perfection. This shade is not perfection. You can obviously work with it. Once it dries down, you can go in with another layer, but I feel it kind of gets very heavy and it feels quite dry. It doesn't feel anything like the candy cane shade, which I used and I do use always. That is very moisturizing, and it's like it's nice. But this is, I don't know. Oh, there's something sticking out. Oh, it's not it's not the pigment. It's just a dry patch just from my lips, just dry skin. So yeah, that is the shade, and I'm not very happy with it. So yeah, I love the color, but the formula, it's definitely streaky and sheer. So yeah, no, for me it's a no for this particular shade. Let's look at this shade, which is called Tropical Punch. Tropical Punch is like a purplish, cool toned pink. It's a tiny bit of purple, but it's mostly like a very hot pink. Now this is quite close to the I think the liquid lipstick that I bought last year, Candy Cane. The consistency is thicker, this particular shade, and it's actually fully pigmented. Of course, it doesn't hold like sufficient amount of product, but that's not the reason why the earlier shade was streaky, because I did like dip in once again. So yeah, let me just clean out the edges, because the swatch is not very good. Hopefully it's okay now. So yeah, this shade is completely pigmented and opaque, and it's not streaky, and but still I feel it's on the drier side when you compare it with the original. Not original, I'm just referring these to back to the limited edition shade that I have, Candy Cane, which I think is the same formula, but I don't own any of the liquid lipstick, melted liquid lipsticks from their permanent lineup. So yeah, this is a shade. This is actually quite a wearable shade. If you ask me, it's not neon. It kind of looks neon, but it's not. So I can even get away without wearing a lip liner. And right now the swatch is terrible. That's why it kind of looks like, I don't know, not very attractive. But when I apply it properly and stay within the lip line, I could get away without a lip liner. And it's not very neon, but it's quite vibrant and beautiful. So yeah, and it dries down well. Now it does, this particular shade, one more con for this is, it doesn't exactly like settle in the lines of the lips. In fact, it does not settle in the lines of the lips. So once it dries down, and when I smile, I can see gaps where there is no lipstick at all, and those gaps are actually quite distinct when I smile. So it kind of looks like I have gaps here. Do you see these lines? I don't know if you can see it. Maybe it could come a little bit closer. Do you see these lines where there's no lipstick at all in there? So, or maybe there is lipstick, so maybe it does settle in the lines of the lips. And in fact, as time goes by, the distinction, those lines, it becomes more and more strong and more contrasting with the actual lipstick lip color, and it kind of like looks very obvious that I have like lines on my lips. So I'm not like extremely happy with both the shades, to be honest. This is streaky and sheer, and this settles in the lines of the lips, and it kind of looks like shriveled. You know, it doesn't look plump and healthy. My lips kind of look shriveled. But color wise, this is good. If you love the color and if you're okay with this, you can buy it. It definitely works on dark skin as well. It doesn't like it's not very neon, so I don't feel a lot of people with dark skin tone may not need a lip liner with this particular shade. And the eyeshadow palette, I did have like Underperformer, this chocolate brown shade, but otherwise I love all the other shades perform well, but personally not my cup of tea when it comes to the shade selection. But all the other colors perform well, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye.